This is Dan Max at XP Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your live market chat, 1:30, Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Where does the time go? Seems to just melt away. Well, time seemed pretty long the last couple weeks if you're looking at shorting stocks or taking profits and wondering which direction the market was going to go. Well, guess what? We finally have confirmed La Dirección. What's up, P-Bird? And yeah, now it's just a matter of how far, what levels, what to keep an eye on. We've seen the inflection point. Again, we've talked about how did you see the top, or how do you predict it? And again, it's not a perfect science. Again, you pick spots. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But then as we talked about over the last, I don't know, since like 2 or 3 weeks, never seen a more overbought market in my life. Right? We talked about everyone was all in. But it has to go higher. It's like, did you hear what I said? Everybody went all in. That's the problem. So how deep, how far, what to expect, that's what we're going to dig into today. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I will drop the Calendly link. Can I say that wrong? Into the chat. If you ever want to chat, please don't be silly. Oh, sorry, I don't have it open right this second. Take the time. Reach out if you need help. I'm always here. Again, I think a lot of people in the market, learning, trading, whether you're looking at investing in time within stocks or real estate, which again, to me, I think real estate has the best opportunity if you're looking to park money and go long. Subject to financing, seller financing, creative financing. That is, as I've talked about, the obvious, easy way to get around the banks, big, nasty banks. Oh, you got to put 25% down, Dan. No, I'm going to put very little down. And so, again, we can talk about that again. Maybe I'll bring on some friends and related who do that. Shout out to everybody who's involved with that. Yeah. So, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. Again, realize like 80% of the people who follow do not subscribe, which, I mean, I got almost 1,900 subscribers, so that's interesting to see. Maybe they're just all my friends. How lucky am I? So if you're learning how to trade, again, the Back to Basics series, I got 52 videos. Oh, man. Bull and bear traps. Talked about that the last couple weeks. Man, maybe, hold on. I just need to leave this one up. If you have not watched this video, where is it? Professional gaps. That's the next one you need to watch. Pro versus novice gaps. And again, I'll put that in the link. Oh, such a good video. What's the difference? Pro gaps, start a move. Novice gaps are traps, ended the move. Yeah. Revamping the website. You guys know, get your interactive brokers, get the promotion code. Don't play around with your Schwab. Your Acorn, not Acorn, what is it? That stupid other one there's some brokers that are going to go out of business. And if you want, again, the high yield savings account, the market's 5.5. I mean, I don't think Goldman's going out of business. Buffett literally is raising cash. I mean, he'll probably buy more Goldman if needed. And again, that 5.5% is a promotional rate for 3 months. But every time you share the link, you get it. 5.5% is legit. Just to park your money somewhere and not have a CD kind of set up where you're restricted for months and months and months and months. And again, you can move, I think, $100,000 a day. Yeah, the ACH transfer is pretty easy. I don't know. I love it. Also follow, like, subscribe on the Twitter. Posting the trades. Saw this today. This is interesting. Thoughts? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, anyway, we'll talk about all the trades. Let's just dig into it. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to interrupt. You guys know that I love more participation, the better. It's always appreciated because then, again, we can answer questions that maybe I'm not even thinking about. CME Watch Tool, Feds. They're in, again, the bond market priced in 6 rate cuts already. 6. Well, the Fed Fund Futures is showing the first one is in March. Let's see if it's getting higher. Again, anything over 63.3% is a lock. The January one, not so much. 68%. We're still riding on the edge of that. And again, May, June, I mean, if you go dig through this, you know that there's more and more rate cuts expected. Again, but the market is always pricing things in. So again, we look at the bond market, 10-year yield. Notice it went down almost 1.5% off the high yields. Bitcoin, man, a lot of folks, again, you know me, again, I'm all about, not, I was going to say all about the Benjamins, but I'm not really actually. I'm all about gold, silver, commodities, houses, digital currencies. Potentially, again, I don't trust them yet, but again, trade them. They're clearly making money. I'm not going to say, oh, you can't make money in them. But again, maybe I'm just, that's why it sucks being old. Sometimes you don't see the future until it's already started. Again, everyone's like, crypto is not technical. I'm like, man, it is so effing technical. I always zoom out and you say we talk about places like where major move, like actions and inflection points. Look at this, 40 to 40, whatever, 4,000. There's all this choppiness. And it's like, well, guess what? People got back to even. They're probably taking some profits. MicroStrategy CEO selling a ton of stock, probably going to buy Bitcoin when it drops. People go, well, where's it going? Where's it going? Now, again, I can't tell you for sure anything. It's a probability-based game. Raise your stops, have your plans and your disciplines, but damn. Someone tell me crazy if it races to the 618, the 50% fib, somewhere in a chop zone. Look at this. Look at, it's like these are like magnets, y'all. Look at this green zone. That's where I'd be looking to buy Bitcoin. I know folks who are like, oh, I bought it at 44. It's breaking out. I'm going all in. I'm like, ay caramba, why the fudge would you go all in at the highs? It's a probability game based on risk reward, and you are chasing. Well, again, if it's going higher, okay. There's always pullbacks. Nothing goes up in a straight line forever. And if the value is long-term, like you said, when they do pull back, those are the best time to buy it. But oh no, I gotta chase the trend. And it's like, okie dokie. And again, I mean, I've got friends who talk about Bitcoin like it's the future. No one's going to argue it. But if it's not and you never took a single penny, remember this statement. I'll say it real softly. Gains are not real until realized. They're just on paper. So again, it's different with real estate where you can you can bypass taxes through 1031s and also can kind of depreciate. You can write off everything. All of your stock, Bitcoin, all this kind of holdings, again, your 30% minimum capital gain is coming. That cash is in somewhere in a brokerage or it's in an asset in a brokerage somewhere, maybe. Again, if you can get around the Bitcoin taxes, awesome. Not on exchanges, that's the way to do it, clearly. That's my rant on Bitcoin again. Love it, hate it, want it to win for people who own it. Don't care. Again, I think dollar, we'll talk about the dollar here shortly. Oil, we said there's a huge short interest. We talked about it when it retested down the lows here in the 68s. Well, guess what? It did a little bounce. Then today, it's rallying. And the market, I don't think, likes to see that. Because if there's a recession coming, things are slowing, and oil spikes, that just puts pressure on who? The consumer. Now, again, are we going negative futures prices again like you did in the 2020? Probably not. Not. Because, again, we got to refill the SPR. We haven't invested as much. Again, I know the U.S. is producing a lot right now. High five for that. But, again, the transition plan, there is none. It's just go green and turn off the spigot. And that's the problem. You got to transition. Again, I'm all for environmental friendly. But I'm also not stupid and think that you just flip the switch, you turn off the spigots, and you don't transition. Right? Like, that's just the stupidest plan. Oh, let's just cut out oil and gas, coal, everything, and let's just go to electric. How many, again, if someone can answer this, how many nuclear power plants are we adding right now? What is are we just going to add wind farms and solar farms? I'm sorry, that's not enough. How many nuclear power plants are being built right now in the United States? New ones. Anyone have an answer? Drop a comment. I'm just curious. It's clearly not enough, in my opinion. No one's talking about natural gas. As we said, I don't think there's much of a downside here. Longer term, shorting the KOLD has been an absolute bomb trade, and we'll talk about that here when we get to the stocks. As of right now, again, I'd like to start with the Qs though, because the leader, the bubble of bubbles, more again, Apple, Microsoft, the percentage of the S&P 500, the valuations, unreal. And again, but this is the thing, the market can be irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So if you shorted and you got stopped out and then you reloaded, that makes sense. I mean, again, did the economy get that much better? AIO, and that's all they did is they pumped AI. Now, again, no one's saying it's not a game changer, but it's clearly priced in. So let me talk about where, again, if you have any, if this is the most important moment in the video by far. So the Qs, again, we like short and tech here. Again, actually financial short. But here I want to show you guys a tendency. When there's a break, say you're going straight up, typically there's some sort of break and then retest of the 20-day. Down, break of the 20-day, right? Down, you didn't get one there. That was kind of hyperbolic. Here, break, bounce to the 20-day. I mean, this was kind of a bottom. You hit it, bounced. You found support, rallied, chopped around. Again, it's a probability thing, right? You break below it, you bounce to it. We got to find the first VAP zone, the first area that matters, right? This area matters. Bounce at 20-day. Notice how it bounced up against the reference high. And a lot of the times it's reference highs. Where's the next reference high? I mean, I guess you could connect it to here. But if you go from 412, somewhere around this mid 390s, that's where I'd start thinking, well, all right, market's probably going to bounce from here at some point. And then what will happen is the 20-day will be curling down. It'll bounce. Here, I'll draw it. Why don't you draw it, Dan? All right, something like this. Then the 20-day, chop, and who knows, blah, blah, and then boom, down to the next gap fill. That's my short-term thesis. Not short-term, but mid-term. Because you do have earnings coming up, but I don't see how they're going to be positive at all. I mean, the banks, it's ironic the banks are leading up, but they literally can't find a single person to borrow to or lend to because there are restrictions. I mean, it's like I'm trying to think of a good analogy. It's just liquidity's dried up. Banks, they're not lending money. HELOCs shut down. You think that's good for banks? And again, JP Morgan 52-week highs. Get out of here. Get off of Epstein Island. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they were one of the premier financial institutions funding all of the shenanigans. Again, I'm not going to get into that, but it's ironic. So what did we say yesterday? The XLF. Again, this is why levels matter, but they're not a science. This is what I tell people. Like, if you're looking for certainty, don't trade. If you're looking for probabilities, you're trading, aka gambling. Well, this looks like fucking pocket aces, excuse my language. Just short financials up here. Look at this straight line move. This is just zoom. All is well. Really? What? We're right back and over where, remember the banking crap earlier in this year? 2 days ago? No, early in 2023. We're right back to those levels. Up against the trend line. Up against the resistance zone. Now, I can't say for sure. Again, talk to your financial advisor. Talk to whoever that, know your risk. This looks like a great spot to short. JP Mo. Talked about this trend line. Said, wait for it. Doink. Hit. Morgan Stanley said, watch this mid-90s. I know it's a big blue zone. Okay. Bank of America. Watch the chop zone here building. If you zoom out, you can see there's VAP. VAP here. Volume at price, if you're not familiar. You're at some fibbies. You're chopping. Looks like an M top. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it. Goldman Sachs. A little harder. But look at this fake out. And again, thanks to, I don't know, I'll give a shout out to Eric, J Solstice, P-Bird, and you guys. Rothacon. I can't remember who posted it, but somebody posted the upgrade. Let me see if I can find it. Let's give credit where credit's due. Who dropped that? Because that was awesome. It was J Solstice. Thank you, sir. Barclays upgrades at the highs. Do you know what that's called? It's a skiing reference. When you go to the ski hill and they can't get on the hill and you get them a discount and you find them away on the hill. Do you know what it's called? It's called a buddy pass. And the buddy pass is, hey, why don't you upgrade our bank so that we can sell our stock? Oh, but what about our credibility? Broker. Got it. They don't have credibility. So Barclays upgrades banks yesterday. How convenient. KRE, junior banks, right? We talked about this as being like the canary in the coal mine, but we said like, hey, there was people buying down here. Even Michael Singer, the big short guy, was buying down here. We'll look at the volume. To me, this is the no doubt fail zone. We're in it. And then guess what? We make a lower high. We're holding the 20-day. But here's the thing. Banks are breaking out and juniors aren't following. And this is a novice gap with volume. Now, again, when people say, like, you sound like you're talking in certainties. No, I'm talking about things that get me excited, that have high probabilities. Because there is no certainty. Like, being wrong is certainly going to happen. It's all about your batting average. And again, if you know a fastball is coming right down the middle at 95 miles an hour and you know how to hit that, then you can drive it for a single, double. Maybe you get a home run if you tee it up real good. That's what we're looking for. XBI, again, I'm just dropping through. Remember we talked about XBI getting up here? Now, again, I'm not big about shorting specific biotech companies, but man, that's an interesting little spot here. I don't really talk about this company very often, Insight. But I was watching this and I was like, man, they had a really good presentation at some conferences. That's all public knowledge. It's all public knowledge. And then it started acting well. It's like, damn, okay, that's cool. Now, again, will it break out here? That's tough. That looks interesting. Again, bios are not all created equal, right? Your favorite, Airbnb. We talked about this being the epic short. Now, again, Airbnb as a business model, it's not going away. But I think the stock in itself has got some pain. I mean, this is the thing. Like, here's the bubble, right? There's the bubbles. Now let it come in. I don't know what the ultimate low ends up being, but talked about it bouncing around here potentially. Man, look at that. Hit right on the 100-day. Doink. It's oversold near term. It goes from 150 to 130. If you want to cash out and put it in financials, that makes sense to me. Again, I'll just run. Man, I'm going to run through everything. Anyone have any questions? Or I'll just keep running. Costco, we talked about post-div, ex-div. They paid that $15 dividend. How convenient. Starbucks. Talked about this, the global growth kind of name that just shows you what's going on in the world. Hey. This thing's been, as the market makes new highs. Starbucks is making lows? That doesn't make sense. FedEx said everybody and their mom thought this dip was an absolute buy. Like this is going to 7,000. I don't know, whatever. We said, probably bounces some, but I'd look for the fail. Well, all right, watch it. Everyone and their mom, oh, it's a great trade. Buy all dips. Okay. When you hear buy all dips from retail traders and investors, all dips, like talk about like certainty, like all that needs to ring in your ear. Like was it tetanus? What is the ear ringing thing? Like, that's what you need. Like, that should be, like, setting off alarms in your subconscious. Like, when everybody and their mom wants to go all in, you go, ooh. I mean, I'll post it. Let me check this out. I posted this yesterday. Yeah. Put $100K into Bitcoin. It's guaranteed double in 12 months. When you start seeing, and again, I can confirm this. Like, I know people are like, I'm going in, I'm buying up here. And I'm like, everyone says it's going to double. When everyone says it's going to double after it already doubled, it's like 2024. I can't remember what brokerage said. The 2024 stock of the year survey is NVIDIA. Oh, you sure you didn't mean stock of 2023? No. It's the stock of 2024, bro. Wait, no. You must be wrong. You meant 2023. No, 2024. That's what brokerages are pumping out there. This is the stock of 2024. What the fudge? Again, we talk about the whole industry being a joke. Criminal. But they can get away with it. And that is your stock of 2024. Stock that went from basically, 107 up to 504. AI, bro. Okay, we'll see how that works out. Taiwan Semi recommended shorting this after hearing that Xi plans on reconciling Taiwan together, making it sound so simple. I'm not going to be surprised when all of a sudden Taiwan Semi has random fires, random issues. Oh, it's like almost like they don't want China to like invade and take it over. We'll see. Again, I don't know. I'm just speculating, but it's like this is the kind of crap that they, oh, if we can't defend the country, let's remove all the tech. So if China takes it over. But either way, that's really conspiracy theory. That's my extreme. But in general, that's why Buffett last year sold it all. He sold all of his up here. Someone knows something. Micron, this company's a joke. No revenue growth. So no bottom line growth. Yeah, they're revenue growth, but they don't make money. Look at this thing. Fundamentals don't matter until they matter, right? We talked about this being a blow-off trap. Here's your little arrow. High volume at the highs. Adios. Here, let's do the Eric special. Avago, Broadcom. It's always weird calling it Avago because I look at Broadcom. I know Broadcom because that's what it was. For ages. This stock has gone from 400 to 1150. Oh, it's on fire. Now, again, I'm not saying long-term it can't go higher. But as we talk about moves to show down, look at this trap. Look at all this volume chasing. Unload. Now it's turning down. We're like, well, the volume's light. And it's like, yeah, because big boy's distributed. Now there's no one to catch the falling knife. Retro raggy. You better watch that 20-day. Tight. Again, NVIDIA, it's just choppy. I mean, break the 20-day, 100-day. I mean, sorry I didn't go deeper into that. I just got distracted. You're welcome with Apple. Again, a lot of good trades. I appreciate all the love and support. If you want to donate, the links are in the channel. You guys are awesome. Again, even if you just want to buy me a beer, I appreciate it. Look at this. You know where you really, if you want to show appreciation, is real estate deals. Let me get a referral, help you out, or connect you with my friends who are going to be able to do creative financing. I'm really building out that network. And sub 2 seller finance. Oh my God. You want to talk about cash flow city? In time. We'll get there. Get there when we get there. Redoing the website, all that stuff. You know that. Double topper. Gaps down. Was it Barclays who died? Again, it's like they upgraded banks and short. No. Whatever. We talked about Apple's got their dead sights on China problems. Because if China does go after Taiwan, all of a sudden they're going to ban all Apple products. And then they lost $1.3 billion buyers, maybe. Who knows? Double top. Amazon, we talk about, everyone's like, it's a breakout. I'm like, kind of looks like a megaphone. But then it did break out. But then look at the action. Big volume. No follow through. No follow through. CRM. Same thing. Big volume. Little bit. Gap. Guggenheim. Breaking out to new high. No, giving it back. Holding up pretty well today. Again, don't get your head wrapped around the axle if not all stocks are down every day or up every day. You know how that works. Meta. Zuck is selling shares as fast as he can to buy a compound in Hawaii because global warming is going to engulf. Wait, no, never mind. Sorry, clearly doesn't believe in global warming because he's buying beachfront property and building a $1 billion complex. Okay, well, that's not the point. He's selling stock. Let's get back to it. Sorry. Again, I do believe in climate issues, but when these guys preach to us all day about doing this and they fly their private jets and they're buying $1 billion beach houses, I'm like, man, you must not be that worried about it. Because you guys make it seem like the world's going to end. Microsoft, chop, 20-day. NDAQ, we talked about the future of the NASDAQ composite, or NASDAQ exchange is not where the money's going to be. It's going to be in commodities. It's going to be in assets, industrials, all your fun stuff. Oops. Talked about just needed to get up. This was pretty nasty. I think this was post earnings. Then it rallied and then straight line. Looks like a trap to me. MicroStrategy again. The CEO sells a lot of shares up here. High volume at the highs. It went from a Bucksky, I don't know, a C-Note, a Benjamin Plus to 7 Benjamins Plus. Okay. Now, again, he's probably doing it right. If Bitcoin is the future, again, that's a big gap down. It's a pro gap, in my opinion. Started the down move, potentially. He did a great thing. Cash in the stock to buy more Bitcoin. And if he sells it up here at 650 and Bitcoin pulls back to 32,000, this looks like a genius. Again, I'm not like, the whole transaction makes sense to me. Sell stock, buy Bitcoin. If you believe in Bitcoin, like you're collecting dollars to buy your real assets, right? Or whatever they want to call them. Camera. Someone's at my front door. Netflix. I'm amazed this thing's up here. I mean, they have no margins, no future in the sense of growth. But Roblox. Yeah, I talked about the upper side of the range. Do you want it to go? I mean, this is a nice move. Held down the range lows, broke out, went over. I mean, this was pretty nuts. Again, I like this stock. I think they are an absolute buyout target at lower prices. Tesla. Oh, fanboys, fangirls, fan dinosaurs, fan demonium. Again, they increased their car production year over year. Stock drops. Why? You ask yourself, why do fundamentals matter? Well, again, I mean, if you look at the valuation of the company, it's great to sell all those cars, but where's the growth, the epic growth in revenue? Where's that money trickling to the bottom line? Where's that cash, homie? I mean, what else? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, oil. Oh, hello. USO. We talked about oil yesterday, pretty wide and loose over yesterday's highs. That's got to be bullish. KOLD. If you shorted this, you're welcome. Talked about this being the best way to short natural gas long. But the best way to go long natural gas, in my opinion, was to short this shitty ETF that deteriorates. I mean, look, zoom out. Like it's like a blurb on the EJ key or EJ. Oh man, heartbeat. Well, all of a sudden, again, been a long morning, a lot of calls. EGK. No, I'm thinking of rap groups. Damn it. But looks like a heartbeat, and so this thing will go lower. It will go lower, in my opinion. But again, if you got some profits, you want to trade around it, this is probably a time to do it. Again, if you shorted MPC and oil names, this is where, again, I got stopped out. This is tough. Getting wide and loose. And this name is wide and loosey. So watch this area because this could be a short or it could be a breakout. Either way, it's pretty binary, which we like binary. Talked about XOP, again, getting stopped out of drip. People go, that was a good trade, right? And it's like, yeah. We bought it. 930s. And you get stopped out. That's part of the game. But it's like, well, do you want to buy it back? And I'm like, I don't know about you, but like financials, tech, gold. I said yesterday, I'm pissed I didn't short miners. Like there are so many good opportunities out there. It's like, I don't want to play in the oil patch. Look at gold. Oh, but the market's going to fail. Gold does not bottom until typically season. Like again, you can talk about all the shit in the world that you want to believe about gold, but gold usually breaks out or goes nuts when what? The Feds pivot. Have the Feds pivoted? Did I miss that? Think about what happens if there's a bank issues, liquidity issues, people need to sell, and there's not like this flood of liquidity like QE. Gold could get sold, and it's like, all right, well, Dan, gold's in a breakout. It's like, well, it's tough to trust when, like, look at silver. Ugh. And when people zoom out on silver, you're like, man, this thing's way lagging. Like, this thing should be up in the 28s. I mean, I would challenge even 30s. Go back in time. Like, this is where silver should be. It's just lagging. Why? Good question. Liquidity is not allowing it to rise. The games that be within GDX, again, like GDX should be in the 38 to 40 level. 40s, no, lagging. Again, if these smart mother fudgers thought metals were breaking out, why are they not buying the miners? Jim Rome from Idaho. Why? Motivational speaker. Why are they not buying? I guess you could kind of turn that into a Seinfeld voice too. Kramer, why are they not buying? Why? Why? If gold's breaking out, why? It's bad voices. We could do a whole video on that. Why does no one want to buy the miners? Arnold, help us. They seem like great deep value. If they're deep value, Dan, why is no one buying them? Oh, because they think prices will get better. Oh, is that right? Grasshopper. All right. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? Want any? You want me to do any voices, imitations? Let me know. Yeah, Social Security. I don't know if it'll be around. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns, mates? If not, I can wrap it up. Or I could just start talking about real estate, which so many deals will come in. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. I didn't even really pull up SPY. I apologize. I mean, I'm watching Qs because Qs led. We saw we held the 20-day. I mean, this area, it's like, if it breaks, if the dam breaks, you can see very clearly, if you're going to bounce somewhere in the drop to the 20-day, it's going to be the old referencias. Again, I think I could just do voices if people are bored. Just give me one that I can do real good. People like the, what's that show? Cartoon. Hey, Billy. Sounds like the redneck idiot. Hey, guys. Oh, that sounded more like Gay Robot. You guys remember that? Adam Sandler? That shit is hilarious. Hopefully no one gets offended by that. But he did a movie, if I remember correctly. That was the name of it. It was hilarious. Hey, guys. Gay Robot here. And second of the first 3 days. Yeah, we're getting out of again, I think tomorrow could be like a little trappish, or maybe today. Oh, someone's gonna be so pissed. I'm like, man, I'm just copying Adam Sandler. Don't cancel me. I don't have any problem with anybody. I just like laughing, trying to make you laugh with voices. Yeah, what is that one? Hey, Bobby. He's like, hey, Bobby. You sound like his tone and just cluelessness. What do we got here? Am I getting text? Someone's like, stop talking in that robot voice. You're going to get canceled. Thank you for texting me that. I'm like, I hope not. I mean, again, the market's not looking so hot. And I'm with you. Yeah, QQQs. FOM minutes. We got minutes today. Let me double check you. Is that yeah, minutes just came out. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, gosh. It's 17 pages. Feel free to hit pause. 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 No, I'm just going to go to Twitter and see if anyone's basically said anything worth a junk. I mean, again, they're probably talking about more rate cuts. Ooh, that looks like a nice house. Yeah. Who wants to buy mansions on deals? Look at this. That looks nice. Now, again, I don't know if it's worth $950, but yep, quits and hires below the COVID. Look at this. That's just stupid. Here you go. Mortgage applications falling off a cliff. Banks are doing great. No, they're not. That's why we're not going to go to banks, y'all. It's time to get creative and creative financing. I'm telling you, if you're looking to buy or sell a house and you do not hit me up and you buy or sell a house and I know you, and you tell me, I will be sad because I'll be like, you didn't even realize that your real estate agent didn't know about creative finance. Oh, your real estate agent wanted his 3%. That's why he didn't want to do creative finance. Oops, your loss. You let some greedy, and again, I'm a real estate agent, so people are like, oh, you can't do it. I'm like, no, I understand. Like sometimes if my client, the best idea is you need that money in creative finance, then it's probably better to do that. Why wouldn't I put my clients first? No, but some people don't realize, like, oh, let your little uncle, your young nephew, your Uncle Bobby, your Aunt Shirley, oh, she does real estate. Let her broker your deal and you pay the price. Why? I don't know. Why? Any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Because again, I mean, those minutes came out. I don't see anything. Maybe anyone following I know saying anything about it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I mean, go on. I am on record, please. Watch any video. If I talk about the Federal Reserve, And I will say this, and I will say this with confidence every time. These guys are clowns. They have no clue what's going on. I'll check that out. Yep. When have they ever nope, that's not it. At financial, I'll copy it. I can't. Can I? When have the Fed? I'm getting distracted. When have the Feds ever navigated a soft landing? If you can answer that question, then you know. Then you know. Oh, here we go. Cool. Follow. Thank you, sir. However, look how it looks. Yeah, uncertainty. Uncertainty. They're not sure. They're rolling the dice, whether you know it or not. And you and I are the ones caught. So, oh, look at that. Markets. Wow. Ooh, bogey. IWM. I didn't even talk about that. Like, guys, I am just... Sorry, I've got real estate on the brain. I mean, I people realize, like, now that the top is in, my brain can go focus on other things. Like, I don't need to sit here. Now, again, there's certain levels. Set your alarms. If you have a question about a stock in a particular alarm, let me know. But there's nothing to do. It's just called wait. As Livermore would say, if you've ever read Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, operator, yeah, Offspring. You know what I'm talking about. If you're like, what are you talking about? And it's like, geez, it's on my website. Check the top. These are the only 3 books you'll ever need in trading. You're like, really? Reminiscence of Stock Operator, Volume Price Analysis, Stock Trader's Almanac. Everything else is subject. It's so subjective. Oh, MACD, RSI. No, I tell you guys, time of the year, seasonality. What, again, in the videos, pro gaps. I mean, it's simple, but it's not, right? It's like real estate. It's simple once you do a few deals. It's not when you get started. It seems like talking over your head. Well, you don't need to know how to do everything. Again, we can talk about options. You know, guys, I have no problem with that. It's just I'm always scared because I'm like, man, if you don't allow yourself to go to a total loss in an option, so that's a choice. Peter Jackson and Elliott Trades join the group. None of them. Again, I get all these new folks. They don't participate, and you will get booted shortly because you're either a bot. You're gonna try to pretend you're me. It's always funny, right? How many times you get messages like, "Hey, this is Dan." They changed their avatar, their picture, and they're like copy my logo, and they go, "Hey, send me some Bitcoin." If you're ever watching this, I will not ask you for anything. I don't mind if you want to donate and use the links. Right? Here you go. Venmo, PayPal. If you want to, cool. If you don't, you don't. But I will never ask you for anything. I'll ask you for your help, maybe. But send me crypto, cash, anything. No. Do not. Please do not. All right. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? It's been 38 minutes. I could go on. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to do a lot of market review at the close. So ask me now because I've got to meet a client later. Man, I guess I could try to squeeze it in. And then we were going to go from like 4 to 7 o'clock my time and just dig in and look for properties. And I have a feeling that if I don't do the daily market review at 2 o'clock my time, I won't do it because I'll just get so busy. Oh, thoughts, questions, concerns? All right, so we have the Fed minutes. It dropped. It's chopping. Man. Yeah. Not surprised. Chop. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Because, again, I mean, I see some of the chats. I know what people are doing. They're either hanging out because they got their positions, and they're just good. They're just good. You good? I'm good. I'm good. You good? So, again, if we chop here a little bit today, it's like, okay. This is where, again, if you're looking to short, you want to bounce. Be careful chasing. Be careful chasing, especially if you're trying to swing. Be careful chasing. And people are like, whoa. Didn't the move just start? In my opinion, yes. But the best time to short will be when it breaks below the 20-day, then bounces back to it. Because, again, you want to short strength. It's just like chasing highs. Now, again, unless you have no time frame, you're okay. And you want to disappear, then it's probably okay. Because again, here's the, I'm like looking at meta. I'm like, that's not the, I mean, it looks like the Qs. It's not the Qs. Wait for 390s. The laggards to build a base and bounce. But I'm telling you guys, this feels like the 1970s redux. I mean, you had some wild move then. Election year. I guess it wasn't technically election year because he got impeached, if I'm correct. 73 to 77, so it was a midterm. No? Okay. I have no clue who's going to... I think we all know. For a fact, this might be the most certain thing I say today. The 2024 election is going to be absolutely insane, and they do not want people to vote, show up and vote. And when I say that, I mean, like, they want people to be discouraged. Because why would I say that? Just think about it. Just think about it. They want everyone to believe it's rigged so they don't vote. And then one side will have more control that way. And again, people go, oh, you're talking like the Republican. I'm like, no. These guys sit around, drink whiskey, and plan together. There's no difference in the flavors anymore. It's just the bottle's red or the bottle's blue. Same stuff inside. That's my opinion. Maybe a few on each side have some backbone and some, like, true, like, this is what they stand for. You know what they stand for. No, the other ones are all just hybrids. They're all like the same mix, the same bottle of same liquor. Goes down and it burns. Ooh, it's not good. It's the cheap crap. All right, any other thoughts, questions, concerns? I'll wrap it up. Man, Caterpillar, this is one we talked about. Oh, really? So badly. Want to see trend lines? Want to see trend lines? No trend lines. Are you a Russian spy? Sorry. The trend lines did not touch. That sounds like a Russian, doesn't it? Oh, man. Any other? I'm just trying to think if there's any other ideas I'm forgetting. Sometimes it's hard. I kind of wing this. Oh, IYT. Let's check out the transports. Retro raggy. Lower highs. Retro. Housing. Didn't I say a couple weeks ago this was the easiest short ever? Hey, Alejandro. Hey, before you off, I'm Oregon. Use Robinhood and Coinbase for about 4 years. Now I want to start trading again. Any small coins to start with? That question, as you know, is not a simple question. First of all, if you're trying to speculate in small coins, the probably best thing to do is to short them. That's what I'd always recommend. Short pops and trash crypto. If you have real money that you want to trade, meaning like you want it to be a little safer, because again, people, if you buy stocks, the odds of them blowing out to zero overnight, low. But obviously the upsides are limited. So if you want to trade small crypto, that's your choice. I would just argue that it's not, if you want to short penny stocks, shorting crap crypto is the same idea. And that's the thing, and I'm not going to try to disparage your experience, but the problem is that not every small crypto is going to blow up, but I can guarantee you most small cryptos are going to blow up, meaning go to zero. I know guys in crypto, that's literally all they do. They short trash and then they buy more Bitcoin. Short trash, buy more Bitcoin. Is that a strategy you're familiar with? That's what they do. Now again, they look at Bitcoin as the obviously gold standard, which that's a risk in itself too, but that's what's up. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? That's a really good question. And honestly, like I said, I think it's probably not what you expected. Like, oh, buy small, but no, I would short the absolute crap out of shitty crypto. Define your risk. Excuse my language. Say this, yeah. Bigger coins, again, I talked about Bitcoin earlier. Like everyone's like, Bitcoin's not technical. I'm like, no, it's pretty damn technical. If I had VAP, volume at price, on this, you would know this is this green zone right here. This green zone, actually, it's actually spread out a little too wide. It should come down to right there. This green zone is going to be a bitch to clear. You're riding the top of the channel. If liquidity comes out, the market gets sold, are people going to hide in Bitcoin? I don't know, because you've never really had, right? You don't know. I mean, do you remember what happened with COVID? Crypto went 10 to 4. That's the only time I've seen crypto in a real crash, and it got smoked. Because people don't understand, it's not about like value. It's about when people want out, the door is never wide enough. Emotions, fear, other people seeing lower prices. It's the movie theater on fire analogy. There's only one door. And now people are emotional. So I've said, and I said this earlier in the video, I'd be watching these 30,000 area. That's the next support resistance, and it's a fib. Tons of chop in here, and you zoom out, it's also a major chop zone here. People are like, oh, I didn't know it was going to bottom around 16. It's like, dude, look at this crap. I mean, I guess you could drag it down to 13, but whatever. 16 to 13, you had, I don't know why. Oh, I see why I added it here, but let's go back to like the real longer-term low box. Somewhere in this range. And again, don't bring a ruler to trading, because if you do, you're stupid. I'm stupid because I don't know the exact price of anything topping or bottoming at. It's a probability game. I don't sit here and go, magic 8 ball, tell me what the exact high is going to be. Survey says. Right? Steve Harvey, survey says. No, you don't know. You have to use areas and equivalents of price based on volume, price action, VAP zones, all these little things. Support resistance. Is it a pro gap, novice gap? All these fun things. If you stick around in this channel, you'll learn. And most people don't stick around because I challenge them. And I challenge people because I go, you're living in short-term fantasy lands, typically, of how to trade. Like, okay, it's great when the trend's in your favor and everything's easy. And you can just throw money at the market. And you can buy a dartboard and you can go, all right, let's throw some ticker names up on the dartboard and see what we hit today. That's easy. I think 2024 is going to be an extremely volatile year. And people, again, at the end of the year, the stock market could be up. I don't know. But I do know historically, and I'll end it with this. I will end it with this. Scrabble letters. There you go. Here is the VIX monthly. I'm pulling it over. A typical recession or like something crazy, you're going to get a VIX in the 50 plus. Notice after COVID, so like here forward, we never got anywhere close. 38. And people are going, well, the bear market's over. I'm just saying, I think it's just going to be a trader's market until everybody gives up on stocks. In COVID, everybody gave up on stocks. In 2008, everyone gave up on stocks. In 2000, here you even got to the 50s. Everybody gave up. I think that was the service. Wasn't 7. That was Japan, right? If I remember correct. Here you go. .com bubble. Everybody gives up. We haven't even gotten close to the everybody gives up level. You know what? I'm glad I'm doing this. Let's do this. Let's do this. We haven't gotten over this blue box. If you want to believe it's a bull market going to new highs and ripping higher, okay. Again, you can always get in later on a pullback if you believe that. But if the market is doing what I think it's doing, trapping like the 1970s, holy bonanza, it's going to be a trader's market. This is where the value of knowing this stuff. Because again, I mean, in a bull market, if that's what continues on, great. And it will at some point, but I believe it's going to be volatile. So if you know how to trade volatility, again, it's just like the real estate market. I get more excited when things are difficult because that's when it's easier to snag deals. Like say you want to buy stocks for the long run, you're not buying them now. You're not buying Bitcoin up here. You're a fucking idiot. Excuse my language, and I could be wrong on Bitcoin, but I'm just like gold, silver, all these things are like, wait for them to dip. Wait for the panic to peak. Then you literally have no downside. You chase stocks at the highs. You better raise your stops. And if you bought them recently, That's where the stupidity is. And that's where, again, I don't want to be mean, but sometimes I have to get across what I mean through tone. It matters. It matters. Yeah, volatility. I mean, that's the thing. Volatility creates opportunity, right? Here's the XLF. Like, look at this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And again, do we get like a 30 down to, what was that, 4? No, I don't know. We're going to get definitely back into some. Just pull this over. I would not be surprised to see. Again, I have an alarm there at 1772. Would not be surprised. So, any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Yeah, volatility. I mean, that's the thing. It's there, and when it's there, and then it's not when it's not. And again, I'm impressed. And again, people are like, "Oh, you were wrong in certain times of the year last year." Well, again, I always said it was a trader's market. We played long and short last year. If you paid attention, you know that. Did we expect the absolute ripper to end the year? No, I did not. The AI, again, we knew about the AI crap. Right? We expected some of this, but this did not expect. Talked about bottoming here, bouncing, chopping, playing some up. It was not an easy year because, again, like it's almost like once everything, and this is the thing where, again, always rings in your, when things don't make sense, be aware. That's all. At the highs, they didn't make sense up here, and everyone's all in, and the most overbought we've ever seen. All right, well, is it going to go higher? Probably not. Down here, we talked about oversold. Look out for the bounces. Take profits. Again, didn't expect it to rip to the highs, but it was like, all right, if you shorted, it's been a good trade. Trading around it. So, all right, I'm going to roll. I hope you guys have a great, amazing, wonderful day. Again, use the links below. Reach out if you need help with brokerage, transfer, you need help with anything. There's probably something on my website, or DM me if you need help. Because again, the goal is to make money to buy real estate in the end. If you're not buying real estate, you're not buying passive income, you're not taking advantage of all of the depreciation, tax benefits, 1031 exchanges when you want to cash out. I mean, and buy other stuff. I mean, it's, again, love stocks, but I'm telling you, the primary amount of people that I know that are wealthy, they didn't get wealthy from stocks. They got wealthy from real estate. And so they want everyone to believe that the stock market is where you make all your money. And again, there's a lot of Bitcoin billionaires or whatever, millionaires. But overall, that's just the anomaly. So peace in the Middle East. Talk to you guys and gals later.